There are a lot of English speaking rage baiters. I've covered a fair amount of them on my channel, probably because English is like my native language. That's what I mainly get up on my feeds. But I found a Japanese artist rage baiter, and this is just so funny. I just wanted to share it with you guys. Oh my lord. By the way, disclaimer before we get started, please don't send hate to any parties involved. That's not what this is about. We're not going around bullying people. And I hope y'all like the bangs. If you guys don't, I might cry. Anyways, all of this starts with this account called Kinta Komusubi. If I'm pronouncing it right, I know for a fact I'm not, but they write old art. And there's a bunch of hashtags afterwards. This is translated from Japanese, so there might be something lost in translation. And it features some artwork. You know, here we have Reese from Chainsaw Man. But then, like, people caught winds that something seems a little bit suspicious, a little bit funky with the artwork. It doesn't quite look right. It was mainly exposed because of this top tweet with 14,000 likes, an absolute ratio to the 260 the original tweet got. And it's written by an artist named Canny39598876746, writing, "That's my drawing, you B-word. And would you look at that profile photo of Canny? That looks really similar to the artwork on the left." Canny quote retweeted it, posting their own work, their hand-drawn work, which looks a lot more legit. And they write, "Oof, this is the artist who drew the illustration herself. Look at my illustrations instead of AI." And here you can see this is their work and this is their drawing of Reese. And this is so cool too because on the artist page, they show their like journey with art too. So this is like the piece originally. And then I think like 8 months later, or I don't read Japanese, I'm sorry, but in Chinese, this means months. So I'm pretty sure it's the same character in Japanese. I think it means like 1 month, 8 months, or January versus August, I'm guessing. Please let me know in the comment section because I don't speak Japanese. And I can't read Japanese again, but I'm pretty sure this says don't train AI on my work. At least like I'm cherry picking Chinese characters out of it to get an interpretation. And you would think that would be the end, right? Like that we would stop after that. Nope, mm-mm. And to fully seal the deal, it got community noted, the post from Kinta. And the translation reads, "This illustration is by Connie. This is an AI generated image." Connie also has a statement in their profile saying they don't allow AI learning. And you would probably think, okay, this is gonna be the end of this, right? Like this guy is gonna stop what they're doing now that the OG artist came out and was like, hey, this is my work, like stop, you know, copying it. Well, no. So the artist quote retweets Canny's post, writing, I might have referenced it a little bit, sure, but if you call it plagiarism, that really hurts." And then somebody comments a screenshot of the community note, which says, hey, Canny's the original artist. And they said, "I'm not AI, dot, dot, dot." Weird. And other commenters are like, a reference? Wow, you can even replicate the art style and brush pressure exactly? So you trace then. And then in a weird attempt at like doubling down even more, Kinta puts out this statement. "Here's the report. Sorry, I'm going on a hiatus." And this is in Japanese. Unfortunately, as somebody who doesn't understand Japanese, this is the Google translation where it's like, "I have some important news. People are claiming it's AI. And I'm sorry it seems that way, but I would never do such a thing. I have pride, so I wouldn't do it. But I admit my drawings could be photographed that way, so I'm sorry, it's my fault. I've apologized, so let's please end it here. I'm considering blocking anybody who makes slanderous comments or points out AI and take legal action. So please don't say anything too extreme. It gets tough sometimes. So if I make a bad decision, how are you all going to take responsibility?" Which, like, what exactly are you implying here? Hello? This feels like a veiled threat. You know, like reading it from a message where isn't this supposed to be like, I don't know, an apology statement? "Hey, bro, sorry I ran your work through AI. I'll never do that again. My bad. I'm gonna think about my actions." Poof. You know, this is just interesting. So then they concluded writing, "I'm sorry that I drew a picture that looked that way because of my confusing words and actions. I'll be careful and not do it again." So they apologize for their artwork accidentally looking like Canny's art. They actually ran it through AI, allegedly. They're not owning up to that. Which also, it's ironic because their bio literally says like no AI in their bio. Which I hate that it is like this, but just because somebody has like no AI in their bio doesn't mean they don't actually use AI. A lot of these like AI scammers do have no AI in their bio because I think in their brain, or maybe lack thereof, if you're like stealing other artists' work like this, they think, oh, if I write no AI and then I use AI, people won't think that I used AI. Like, no. You still did. And then it gets even wilder. It gets even wilder, guys. This morning, they posted this. Scheduled post. By the time this post goes up, I've already passed on to the other side. Thank you so much for everything until now. I hope everyone spends their days happily. I'll be watching over you from heaven. And a commenter says, another lie? Or if you're gonna schedule a post, why not set it for exactly 11 p.m.? But thankfully, they're still on this earth. But faking passing message to try to like scapegoat yourself out of some sticky situation you got into is absolutely wild. I've covered a few people who have done this on my channel, and every single time it's literally like, hello? One, this is so like icky to people who actually experience tragedies because you are belittling it. But secondly, like if you come back and continue posting, everyone's gonna know you lied. This is the most definitive lie to be caught in. A little while later, they make this post. Announcement, I'm appearing in this. And it's like a YouTube video, I guess. Please help spread the word with likes and retweets. And the top comment says, I forgot to schedule the post. I forgot to add scheduled post at the beginning, so it looks like I've come back to life. And they said, oh, for real? And another commenter says, are you trying to cover up the facts and run away without even apologizing to us directly? Everyone is saying it. You've identified it. And they replied, eh. And then an hour after that, they said, sorry, should I apologize? Question mark. And then we have this. Oh my lord. Somebody like posted an art progress photo from side by side, you know, of like, oh, their art journey and how their art has improved. And they quote retweeted it and said, haven't you degenerated? I literally like wasn't gonna make a video about this because I was like, this person's like intentionally rage baiting. But then they posted that and then I was like, bro, like you are rage baiting, yes, but like, man, shameless rage baiting. And then the final MO. Every single time these people always do this, they start quote retweeting like posts about boundaries and stuff like that. Like, yes, boundaries are very valid. Yes, you also like ran somebody's stuff through AI and then never apologized and lied about it and then faked your own death and then came back as if nothing happened. Yep. But we're gonna quote retweet stuff about boundaries. So anyways, please show love to the original artist. Look, don't send hate to this person. Don't bully this person. That's literally stooping only to their level. Okay, we're gonna be better than that. But it's just like rage baiters exist no matter where in the world you are. In the same breath, we have another insufferable art bro. These guys are getting more and more annoying, low key, high key. This person, Patrick, beautiful drawing that Patrick drew, writing quick little doodle, you know. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the watercolor painteresque look to it. So pretty. And normal people in the comments were complimenting Patrick, complimenting the work, how beautiful it is. Then this bro rocks up, Malevolo Kukarachon, writing, don't tell me you study just to make drawings. I did this in one go with ChatGPT, and I could even make it realistic. If there's any profession that's falling behind, Illustrator would be the first one. And it's literally Patrick's artwork run through AI, which one, again, is so disrespectful to artists. But also, too, like, this is not the gotcha you think it is because it's like, I did this with one go in ChatGPT. No, you took the original drawing that Patrick handmade and fed that through AI, which means your shitty little AI slop would not exist without Patrick's drawing. AKA all of Patrick's effort in learning art from whenever he started up until this point when he created this piece. It's not the same. And a lot of AI bros will try to sit there and claim like, oh, I don't need to learn art because like I can make it so quickly with AI. All of those people will take an existing art piece, again, handcrafted by somebody, and run it through AI. Again, your AI piece would not exist without art. Patrick writes, bragging about the work an AI did as if it were your own merit is like bragging that you got laid because you watched explicit materials. Don't be such an effing moron. Besides, why the F are you coming to bust my balls? I've never had any issue with AIs. The only ones I do have issues with are the morons. It's a bit profane, but the sentiment is most definitely there, and I do agree with it. And another person replies, exactly. It's like saying, quote, I'm a polyglot. I literally understand every language in the world. How? With Google Translate. Another person was asking for their art process, and Patrick says, I don't know. I tend to be chaotic. I have very vague ideas, and above all, I'm looking for a feeling. Anyways, Patrick's art is real beautiful. I love the posing, etc. It looks like you kind of just caught somebody in a moment. I really like that aspect of it. And screw AI bros. So icky, man. I'll have Patrick linked down below so you can go check out their artwork. So anyways, if you guys like this video, I appreciate it. If you like and subscribe, don't forget to check me out on Etsy. I have digital art there for streamers and creators. I also have a coffee with free resources like a free sponsorship guide. Hope you all like my hair. I said I'm not gonna bleach it again. If you catch me bleaching my hair again, come for me. My hair is so damaged, but I'm addicted to like changing the way I look every 3 weeks. So bangs. So anyways, hope to catch you guys on my Twitch stream. I stream 3 days a week or in another video. Peace.